17 cruise ripoffs are waiting to drain your wallet on your next cruise. And avoiding these traps could save you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars that cruise lines are counting on you to waste. Picture boarding what you think is an all-inclusive vacation, only to discover that almost everything costs extra. That free drink package that's actually $80 per day. Shore excursions marked up 400% from what locals charge. Internet so expensive it costs more than your hotel room back home. These aren't accidents. They are carefully designed money traps that turn your dream vacation into a financial nightmare. But here's what cruise lines don't want you to know. Most of these ripoffs are completely avoidable if you know the insider secrets. There are hidden ways to get free drinks, skip overpriced excursions, and avoid fees that can add $200 per day to your bill. The cruise industry makes billions from passengers who don't know these tricks. We're exposing all 17 ripoffs, from the obvious scams to the sneaky charges buried in fine print that even experienced cruisers miss. The average cruise passenger gets hit with $150 in unexpected fees per day, money that could stay in your pocket with the right knowledge. Which of these 17 ripoffs have you already fallen for, and how much money could you save on your next cruise by knowing what we're about to reveal? We're counting down the top 10 cruise ripoffs draining passengers' wallets every single voyage. From sneaky onboard fees and overpriced extras to hidden charges most travelers never see coming, this list exposes how cruise lines turn a dream vacation into a budget-busting surprise. Why do these tactics hit so hard, and how can you avoid them? Some cost you a few dollars, others hundreds, and the most shocking ripoffs are hiding in plain sight. Ready to uncover the biggest cruise money traps of all? Let's begin with number 10. Bottled water is one of the most common and quietly expensive cruise add-ons. Cruise lines sell water packages for anywhere from $15 to $40, and the marketing makes it sound like bottled water is a necessity for the week. But here is the truth. The tap water on modern cruise ships is filtered, tested, and held to strict safety standards that meet or even exceed Environmental Protection Agency guidelines. There is no health reason to avoid it. Passengers who bring their own reusable bottles and fill them up at the fountains or dining rooms can skip the bottled water entirely. Cruise lines count on passengers believing bottled water is essential, but it is pure profit for them. For a family of 4, that is an easy $100 or more in savings over a week-long cruise, money that often gets spent without a second thought. The only thing you are missing by skipping the water package is an unnecessary charge on your final bill. Bring a bottle, fill it up, and spend your savings on something actually worth the money. Cruise shopping seminars are pitched as insider briefings, but the real agenda is steering passengers towards select retailers in port, retailers who pay for every referral. These so-called port shopping guides host lively presentations, hand out coupon books, and promise exclusive deals on jewelry, watches, and luxury goods. Behind the scenes, stores like Diamonds International sign revenue share agreements with cruise lines, funneling hefty commissions back to the ship for every sale made to a cruise passenger. The result is that prices at these recommended shops are often 30 to 50% higher than what independent local stores charge for the same items. What feels like a helpful tip is actually a carefully orchestrated sales pitch designed to maximize onboard and onshore profits. Passengers who trust these guides without checking prices elsewhere end up paying for the privilege of being directed to the most expensive shops in the port. Before making any purchase, it pays to compare prices with independent retailers because that exclusive cruise deal rarely lives up to the hype. Cruise ship art auctions tempt passengers with the promise of owning a valuable original, but the reality is far less glamorous. Most pieces sold at these auctions are mass-produced prints, sometimes with a few brush strokes added by hand to create the illusion of authenticity. The auctioneers use high-energy presentations, free champagne, and raffle tickets to draw in crowds, then stoke competition by suggesting that each print is a rare investment opportunity. Behind the scenes, companies like Park West Gallery have faced years of legal challenges over the authenticity and value of works sold at sea. In 2008, Park West settled a class action lawsuit after buyers discovered their originals were widely available reproductions, often worth a fraction of the purchase price. Even when a piece appears affordable at the hammer price, hidden costs quickly pile up. Buyers are hit with premiums of 15 to 20%, plus shipping fees that can double the total. What seemed like $500 at the sale can turn into $1,000 of regret by the time the artwork arrives home. Expert appraisals have repeatedly shown these prints hold little resale value, and the only thing truly unique is how much passengers overpay. Savvy cruisers skip the auction entirely, keeping their vacation memories and their wallets intact. Bright lights, pulsing sounds, and the promise of easy winnings draw crowds to the cruise ship casino every night. But the odds are stacked in the house's favor, and for many passengers, the real gamble is how much they will lose before they realize it. Bingo is one of the most popular games at sea, with packages running $40 to $60 per session. The top prize is often a free cruise, but the fine print reveals blackout dates, extra fees, and restrictions that make these prizes far less valuable than they sound. Even a modest run of bad luck can turn a single bingo night into a $200 setback, especially for families or groups who buy multiple cards hoping to boost their chances. Casino floors are designed to keep players inside and spending. There are no clocks or windows, and the constant noise and flashing machines create a time warp where it is easy to lose track of both hours and money. For some, the draw of slot machines and table games is part of the fun, but the reality is that cruise ship casinos offer worse ODDS than most land-based casinos. Loyalty programs promise perks like free drinks or discounted future cruises, but these rewards come at the cost of disciplined play. Most passengers end up chasing losses, not collecting comps. The smartest approach is to treat the casino as entertainment, set strict limits, and walk away before the fun turns into regret. Go-karts on cruise ships sound like a blast, until you see the price tag. A single ride clocks in at $15 to $20 for less than a minute on the track. Virtual reality games are not much better, with each session running $8 to $10 for just a few minutes of digital action. When you do the math, these thrills top the charts for cost per minute, beating even the casino and spa. Cruise lines designed these attractions to rake in easy profits with minimal overhead. The real kicker is that these rides are often promoted as must-try, exclusive experiences, especially for families or anyone looking for something new at sea. But the value just is not there. For the price of a couple of go-kart laps, you could enjoy a specialty lunch or several days of included activities. Meanwhile, water slides, mini golf, trivia, and poolside games are unlimited and free. The ocean itself is the world's best amusement ride. No ticket required. Saving your money for experiences that last longer than a few seconds is the smarter move. On a cruise, the best memories rarely come with a swipe of your room card. Menus in the main dining room have quietly shrunk, with cruise lines making basic options less exciting to nudge passengers towards specialty restaurants. These premium venues promise a step-up, steak, sushi, French bistro classics, but the upgrade comes with a hefty cover charge. Dinner at a specialty restaurant now averages $50 or more per person, and that is before drinks or gratuity. For a family or group, one meal can easily add hundreds to the final bill. The trick is that the same restaurants often serve nearly identical menus at lunch, with prices 30 to 40% lower. A $55 steakhouse dinner drops to $35 at midday, with no sacrifice in quality or atmosphere. This timing hack lets you sample the ship's best food without swallowing the full upcharge. Cruise lines rarely advertise the lunch option, hoping most guests will splurge at dinner. But with a little planning, you can enjoy the specialty experience and keep your budget intact. Skip the dinner rush, book a lunchtime table, and pocket the savings for something truly memorable, because paying full price for the same meal just does not taste as good. Cruise ship photographers are everywhere, waiting at the gangway, roaming the pool deck, and popping up at dinner. Each snap feels like a harmless souvenir until you discover the price tag, $25 for a single print, and bundled packages that can soar past $400. For some families, the final tally hits even harder. On Carnival's Mardi Gras, one guest found themselves in a $600 dispute over a batch of formal night photos, sparking a heated exchange with guest services and a lesson in how quickly nostalgia can get expensive at sea. The cruise lines know exactly what they are doing. They capture the moments you are least likely to recreate. First steps on board, that rare family portrait, the sunset toast. The emotional pull is strong, especially for those who want a tangible keepsake. But the reality is, today's smartphones often take sharper, brighter pictures than the ship's professional cameras. It is not about quality, it is about convenience and the feeling of a special occasion. There is a simple workaround that costs nothing. Ask a crew member or a fellow passenger to snap your group photo with your own phone. The result is the same memory, minus the sticker shock. By skipping the photo gallery upsell, you keep control over your vacation budget and avoid the regret that comes from paying premium prices for pictures you could have taken yourself. A single massage at a cruise ship spa can cost as much as $200 to $300. That's before an automatic 18 to 20% gratuity, so a 1-hour treatment routinely tops $350, even if the massage itself only lasts 40 minutes. Spa menus are designed to look luxurious, but the real trick is buried in the fine print. Consultation time is counted as part of your session, eating into the actual hands-on minutes you receive. Passengers book what they think is a full hour, only to spend the first 10 or 15 minutes answering questions and listening to upsell pitches for extra services and miracle creams. The pressure doesn't stop there. Spa crew are under strict quotas to sell products and upgrades, pushing everything from algae wraps to detox treatments that can double the bill. Raffles and port day specials promise discounts or free massages, but the reality is almost always a $50 credit off a treatment that still costs twice what you would pay at home. For many, the spa becomes the single biggest splurge of the trip, without delivering a better experience than a reputable land-based spa. There's a smarter way to relax. Experienced cruisers skip the a la carte treatments and invest in a thermal suite pass instead. For about $200 to $350 per week, you get unlimited access to saunas, steam rooms, hydrotherapy pools, and heated loungers. A full week of wellness for the price of one massage. It's a better value, with no hard sell or hidden time drains. The real secret to cruise ship wellness is avoiding the overpriced menu and choosing the option that lets you unwind without the sticker shock. Cruise line shore excursions are one of the most expensive pitfalls for travelers who assume the ship's official tours are the only safe option. The reality is, cruise companies routinely charge 30 to 50% more than local operators for the exact same experiences, sometimes even up to 400% for simple port tours. Take the case of a $45 last-minute excursion booked through a cruise line app. What looked like a scenic adventure turned out to be a short walk lined with souvenir stalls, ending at a crowded overlook. The real value was minimal, but the markup was massive. This is not by accident. Cruise lines sign revenue-sharing deals with third-party excursion companies, building hefty commissions into every ticket. When you book through the ship, a big chunk of your payment goes to the cruise line, not the local guides actually running the tour. That is why a $100 snorkeling trip booked on board might cost just $60 or less if arranged directly with a reputable local operator. Multiply those savings by several ports, and a family can keep $200 or more in their pocket over one cruise. Experienced travelers have figured out the workaround. Independent platforms like Viator, Shore Excursions Group, and even direct bookings with local companies offer the same tours, with verified reviews and clear refund policies. Many of these operators guarantee you will get back to the ship on time, just like the cruise line does. The only difference is the price and the authenticity. Local guides often provide a more personal, less commercialized experience, steering you away from the typical tourist traps. Before clicking book on the ship's app, it pays to do a quick search. Comparing prices and reviews can mean the difference between an overpriced group outing and a memorable adventure at a fair price. For savvy cruisers, skipping the official excursion desk is one of the easiest ways to avoid the cruise industry's most profitable upcharge. Wi-Fi packages on cruise ships have become the ultimate budget buster, a modern necessity priced like a luxury. Most lines now charge between $150 and $350 for a week of basic internet access, with confusing tiers and fine print that make it hard to know what you are actually getting. Royal Caribbean's Voom, Carnival's Social Plan, and Norwegian's Starlink-powered packages all promise fast, seamless service, but passenger reviews tell a different story. Dropped connections, slow speeds, and dead zones that make streaming or video calls nearly impossible. Even with the latest upgrades, the reality at sea rarely matches the brochure. The real shock comes when you compare these prices to what is available on land. In almost every port, cafes and restaurants offer fast, reliable Wi-Fi for free, with a cup of coffee or a sandwich. Yet on the ship, passengers are paying more per day for spotty internet than they would for a hotel room back home. The cruise lines have turned connectivity into a cash cow, knowing most travelers cannot resist the urge to check email or post photos. Multiply that by thousands of passengers per sailing, and it is a billion-dollar side business for the industry. For many, the pressure to stay connected is hard to ignore. Work emails, family updates, social media, there is always a reason to log on. But experienced cruisers have discovered a better approach. Treat the cruise as a digital detox. By skipping the Wi-Fi packages, they save hundreds and find themselves more present for sunsets, conversations, and the simple pleasure of being unreachable for a few days. The ocean views do not buffer, and the best memories are not shared through a screen. If you do need to get online, wait until you are in port and grab a coffee at a local cafe. The connection is usually faster, and the savings add up quickly. On a cruise, disconnecting from the internet is one of the easiest ways to reconnect with your vacation and keep your budget intact. Across all 17 cruise ripoffs, one pattern stands out. The illusion of all-inclusivity masks a relentless system of upsells. The cruise industry thrives on passengers who don't question the extras, turning small conveniences into billion-dollar profits. Today, outsmarting these traps is the real key to a carefree vacation. The best cruise memories are made when your wallet and your expectations stay firmly in your own hands. Share your own cruise ripoff stories below.